Today we're going to talk about why it is so challenging to bend your knees while playing in an open stance. So we're going to jump right into it. So the reason why it's hard to bend your knees and stay low while you're playing in an open stance is because the weight distribution would be all on your right foot. Let's say if we're playing a forehand, right? So that means if I'm playing in an open stance and I want to stay really, really low, then I have to squat almost on one leg to be able to execute this shot. Now, if I'd stay in a closed stance, this way my weight is more distributed. It's easier for me to go lower and keep my position without any movement. So if you are hitting a really, really low shot, it might make more sense to then bend your knees and stand in a more closed stance. So that doesn't mean that you should prefer or choose one stance before the other. It's just that if you have an opportunity to set up and the ball is high enough, then it's better to use an open stance and move into the ball and hit it as hard as possible. Now, if the ball is lower, it's not a really good position for you, you're still trying to place it and keep yourself in balance, then you can bend your knees and play in a closed stance. Like this, as you can see, I will stay sideways to the camera. Let's say I'm hitting that way. So now I'll show you the same thing from this side. If I had to play in an open stance here, all my weight right now is on my right foot, and it is very challenging to hit the ball like this. You might see some female players, I haven't seen a lot of male players do that, when they are caught in an open stance and the ball is low. Let's say they're playing it like right off the bounce, like as a half volley on the baseline. Well, they're usually caught. It's not like they set up to do that. And they have to play in a low stance. They sometimes go all the way down and hit almost in a squat position. Now, if I were to stand and be fast enough to turn and hit in a closed stance, now I can go all the way down and it's much easier to hit like this. The other thing that you have to remember, right? You have to keep your lower body steady and without movement. And again, when hitting in a low contact point, to go all the way like this and keep yourself steady is definitely easier than doing it in an open stance. Now again, I'll show you it from the front. The first version would be something like this, and the second version is something like this. And the other thing that you do have to remember on your shots, that you just have to go as low as it is required for the shot, depending on where your contact point is. Otherwise, there is no such specific reason that you have to bend your knees all the time. You have to bend your knees all the time if you set up in a way that the ball is always low, so that you don't just put your racket down, but you actually want it to be on around your hip level to produce a better shot. And of course, the same goes for the backhand. If you play in an open stance on the backhand, as you can see now, all my weight is on my left foot, and it is really challenging. Or I can just stand in a closed stance and hit like this. So when you're playing, I'll repeat myself again, try to make sure that you've set yourself up according to the ball and shot that you want to execute. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.